All right, it's 5:30. We'll call the meeting to order. If you would, Clint, provide the invocation, and we'll follow up with flag salute.
Let's pray. Lord, come to you thanking you for this opportunity to come together to improve our community. Please give us the guidance and understanding in all things we do.
Would you please stand for our flag salute, please?
Thank you both. If you would, roll call, please.
Drew Jackson.
Here.
Shane Knight.
Here.
Clint Horner.
Here.
Whitney Kerr. Here.
First order of business is consent items. Consider and approve regular meeting minutes of July 5th.
I make motion to approve.
I second.
Have a motion, a second. Call for a vote, please. As there are no consideration items to be removed from consent or information items, we'll move to the public hearing portion. A is discussion, consideration, and possible action on PC 2022, a final plat request for property located near West Main and State Highway 70. Danielle?
Good evening. Texoma Victory. This is for the Texoma Victory subdivision for Phase 2. This is for a final plat request. This is for the property that is off of the bypass and West Main. It's the kind of that back, will be the northern part of the, the northern part of the property. The property is zoned as R3. The property is about 8 acres, and they have about 35 lots there. The streets and the water sewer have been completed. The water is actually rural water too. The sewer and streets have been inspected by city staff and signed off on. The Board of Adjustment did grant a variance for lots 1 through 11 and lots 26 and 27 for the front setback 15 feet, which is designated on the final plat. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Staff did sign off on the plat for supporting the approval of it, and there have been no letters or emails or phone calls received from the residents.
Thank you. Any questions?
What was the reason that the Board of Adjustment approved that variance?
One of the reasons was that they were trying to kind of match what Phase 1 would look like, since Phase 1 did receive the variance, and that abuts Phase 1 as it goes around, and so that was one of the reasons that they did grant the variance.
So what was the hardship that was stated?
I don't recall that, to be honest with you.
Okay. We'll call on you here in just a few minutes after. Let's see if there are any questions for Danielle first. Okay.
Do we have a preliminary plat or final plat, or?
Yeah, it's in your packet, but I also have the document too if you need to see it, if that'd be easier.
Were you asking for the larger print?
Well, no,
It's very, yeah, Byron, if you want to scroll all the way down. Okay. Yeah, it's the very last page. There you go. It's right there. You might have to.
Yeah, so
Would you mind zooming in just so we see the image rather than the text, please? Danielle, just to confirm, outside of the variance, everything was conforming, correct?
Correct. And everything else did match the requirements for the normal R3 zoning for the single family R3. Scroll up, Byron.
Daniel, we looked at this before. Turned it down.
You guys had the preliminary plat and you had the approval with the 25-foot variance, and they wanted to have the 15-foot, so they asked for the Board of Adjustment for the 15.
How many square feet now?
That you'll have to ask them as far as because with that easement being back there as far as the gas and all that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly where that goes onto the property versus, because you'll have the 15 up front and then you'll have the natural 20 in back, but then you have additional however many where that gas easement's at, and I'm not sure, because there's some that the plat shows how much the full easement is, but I'm not sure how much of that is actually on the property versus not, but I'm sure Danny Quarry's here with the engineering firm, and he can tell you exactly how much that is over there. And not each one is going to be probably the same, it doesn't look like.
Generally speaking, they allowed for a 10-foot setback in the rear and a 15-foot setback in the front.
I thought there was like a 30-foot setback in
Mhm.
front. All right.
So there's 30 feet to set back for the, in the front. Is there only 15? That's what the Board of Adjustments approved, 15
Yes,
set back in the
15,
front?
Yeah.
15 in front, yes.
Okay.
It'd typically be close to 25, depending on the zone, but
So if you get a pretty good truck in there, you're gonna be sticking out.
yeah, 15 feet's, yeah.
Yeah.
Any more questions for Danielle? Thank you. Danny, did you want to? Thank you for your patience.
No problem.
If you would state your name.
This is Danny Corey. So the 15 foot is to the property line, not to the edge of curb. To the edge of curb, you have 16 and a half additional. So the total is about 31 and a half. That's the driveway. Yeah. I just want to make that clear. And the front setback is 25 feet. The regular. The reason was because of the gas easement. They have a 50 feet gas easement at the back, and we had to raise the elevation of the ground because of the pond. Otherwise, we have to lose like 2 additional lots to make the pond less height but more footprint. So we decided just to raise the ground up more, and because of the easement where it is, and we don't have enough depth in the property, so that's why they basically requested the 10 foot, and also to match phase 1. But that was the reason why it was requested. Yeah.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Is there any discussion? there a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Have a motion to second. Call for a vote, please. Motion passes. Danielle, is there any new business? Have a motion for adjournment?
I have something
Okay.
for, it's just something that I think we ought to make note of, Danielle, and I don't know how we incorporate this into our ordinances, but, and this may be at a state level, I don't know. I just wanted to put this out there for us to, or for staff to be able to look into. As the zoning commission, we are a recommending body to city council. Board of Adjustment is an authoritative decision. Is that a city of Durant item, or is the way the Board of Adjustment operates handed down from the state?
Yes.
It's handed down from the
Yep.
state?
And we can talk about more of that here offline if you'd like.
Sure,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Because this is not how things should operate, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other new business?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Call for a vote, please.
Very well said.